Hello, this is Amy A. Palmer coming at you live from beautiful, glorious Laguna Beach, California. And for this very first journal entry, I'm going to cover three basic things. One, a little bit about me. Two, a little bit about my current situation. And three, a little bit about my sabbatical goals. So the Summer Transition Sabbatical starts today, June 1st, 2022. So about me, um, I'm 55 years old, going to be 56 in November. I have never been married and I do not have any children. And in terms of a career, I've done a variety of sales and leadership roles in the entrepreneurial space. I've had my own consulting business and I've worked for a lot of large corporations and medium and small. So a blend. I love to travel. I love to connect with friends. I love to try new things. I love to keep busy. Not a lot of that has been happening lately, but those are the things that drive me. My family is important to me. My family is all on the East Coast and mostly in the Northeast. So that's a little bit about me. My current situation today is, ironically, today is my 8-year anniversary for when I began my last corporate position. But yesterday was my last day in that role. So today is also the first day of my sabbatical. I resigned from the position. Why did I resign? I wasn't getting this, I just wasn't getting the fulfillment and joy out of the role. And having something that I feel passionate about to sort of sink my teeth into for a challenge, et cetera, wasn't getting that. And it was getting to the point where the stress and the heaviness was getting to me on a daily basis, and was getting very difficult for me. So it's time to move on. I don't have another job lined up and I don't have a well-defined plan, but I'm definitely in a situation where it's time to make a change. I don't know if you can relate to this at all. I'm a little old for midlife crisis, I think, although it does still feel like a midlife crisis, but I'm definitely at a point right now where I'm trying to figure out, what do I want this next phase of my life to look like? And I am not entirely clear on that. And the fact that I have the freedom of not a lot of obligations, being a party of one and being able to make life choices that don't necessarily impact other people to a huge extent. There's a lot of freedom in that, but there's also a lot of, you've got wide open space, blank. I mean, it could be anything. I feel like some of my peers who have more of an externally defined path, they have kids, and depending on what phase of life their kids are in and what phase their relationship with their marriage is in, that sort of determines their path. And one of the things that I definitely got out of the last couple of years of the pandemic and all of the trauma that we've been through as a world, I was going to say as a society, but beyond that, as a world, is it's really made me step back and think about, what do I really want? Our time in quarantine forced me to hold a mirror up to my life and ask, is this what you want? Because if it's not, now's the time to do something about it. So During pandemic, I was actually fine. When everybody was locked down and we were forced to go inward and be quiet for most of that time, I was okay. A little bored sometimes, a little lonely. It was when things started to open back up again, and things started to go back to normal again, that I felt myself not doing fine. And it was affecting me physically, mentally, emotionally, every aspect. And so every aspect of my life was suffering. I resisted social connections. I was, reluctant to get out much. Definitely depression, and anxiety. And what does that, I know we throw those things around, but for me, it looked like there were days when I couldn't get out of bed, and I didn't really want to. I would read or watch movies or whatever and just not move, and it would take me a couple of days to get my motivation up. So I had lots and lots of dark weekends, and it was getting harder and harder. It's affected my health. It's affected my weight. It's affected everything. And so I just kept longing for a break and for stillness, and to just sort of lift some of I felt like I needed time out to reflect and think. And yes, I have the luxury and the privilege to be able to do that, to be able to take some time. Now, financially, I'm doing okay in the moment, but I'm not doing okay for my age in terms of preparing for retirement. So in many ways, I really can't afford to take this break. I've got enough to support myself, but I need to figure out what I'm going to do to generate income, what I'm going to do to get my retirement savings. So as you can see, this is all over the place: personal life, romantic life, physical health, financial life, just everything. So that's when I decided I'm just going to take a break. My lease here on my apartment was up in July anyway. It seemed like a good time to make an exit from California, at least for now. Mind you, California is getting ridiculously expensive to live. I tried to buy a place last year, was not successful. And maybe that's, maybe that was meant to be so that I could be free to take this break. So I'm leaving California in a couple of weeks, and basically spending the summer back east, visiting friends and family. I don't have a permanent home planned. I don't even know what city I will end up in. And I don't even know if I'm going to take another, W-2 job, like a job job working for a company, or if I'm going to launch my own thing. So this blog is to document this journey. I feel like a lot of people can relate to what I'm going through. So I thought it might help to share. I guess this is my own version of Eat, Pray, Love, although I can't, my travels aren't going to be as worldly as Elizabeth's was, but yes, so this is day one. So my sabbatical goals, looking over the next couple of months, is just to get a little bit of clarity on what my next path is going to be, where I want to live. And in the meantime, I want to get healthy, mind, body, and spirit, and everything that means. So I hope you'll come on this journey with me, and thanks for listening. Wow. I am so proud of Amy a year ago and being reminded of what she was feeling, what she was going through, what I was going through and where I was at that time. I just want to reach through this video, just want to reach back in time and give you a hug and let you know that you were so brave for doing what you did, and it's all working out. And your travels were world. It's so funny that you mentioned Eat, Pray, Love, because you ended up in Bali. But anyway, so proud of you and so proud of me. It's definitely been an experience